I want to say why I think Trey Lance will start week 1.
Okay.
You've made your case before, and I agree with you. And I want to say why I think so.
Yeah, for sure.
First of all, the fact that the 49ers have opened this up for a competition, that's legit. I mean, the idea that Trey Lance won't start week 1, usually most people say like, well, you just don't know what you're going to get from him. You haven't seen him in a game. You know what you're going to get from Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, the coaching staff is having a training camp practice competition. And the implication is whoever plays better in practice will be the starter.
Yep.
So why even have a competition if you're not going to honor it? Seems to me that the more talented guy is going to be the starter. And I already know that's Trey Lance. I've seen them practice. I like Jimmy Garoppolo. He's a fine quarterback, but this kid's more talented. And don't take my word for it. Listen to the players. Listen to the coaches. When OTA started, they were all talking about Jimmy. He looks great. Best I've seen him. Yada, yada, yada. By the end of OTAs, no one said a word about Jimmy. It was all Lance. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
They're all
You're
talking
100%
about Lance.
right. Yeah.
The coaches, George Kittle, all of them, they're like, man, this guy really, I mean, damn. I mean, he learned the whole offense. He really fires it in there. He throws in the short, tight windows. They're all impressed. They're athletes, and they're not going to – I mean, they're going to be honest with what they see. If it's honestly a competition, Trey Lance is probably going to win it because he's just better. I mean, we know what Jimmy is. He's a moderately talented quarterback. He's got a nice quick release. He's kind of accurate. He can't move. He can't throw. I mean, he's very limited. Trey Lance has none of those limitations. So even if he's not polished, even if he misses a throw here and there high, like it still doesn't matter. He's way more talented, and it's obvious to all of his peers. It's just that's why I think he's going to start week 1. They said they went from going, hey man, he's not ready to compete. He needs to learn to. He learned the whole offense. It's quite remarkable. To we're having a competition. I mean, okay, he's in the competition, but he's going to win this competition. That's why I feel like he's going to start week 1. Yep.
Yeah. Listen, obviously I've made my claim on this whole thing, but your whole reserve early on and why you weren't quite sure about it was that playbook. You said they have to give it to him in chunks and we'll see if he learns it and how quick he can pick it up. That's what's ultimately, it wasn't his skill. It was how well he would grasp the offense.
Yeah.
They gave him the whole playbook and he knows it already.
Yeah.
Not only does he know it already, but I'm hearing that he knows it so well that he knows all these plays out of each formation. So whether it's trips right or trips left, he knows all the assignments for every single player.
You know what that means?
Already, it's July.
That it's possible that he knows the offense better than Jimmy does right now. Jimmy's been on the team for 4 years, but Jimmy's just not. I call him the Derek Zoolander of quarterbacks.
Yeah,
he could be in the offense for 15 years. I just don't think he'll ever have more than a surface level understanding of what's going on. I'm sorry.
I don't know how much he wants to play football either, and I've made this statement before, but he wasn't even wearing 49er gear when he was at the games.
Yeah. Yep. I think he knows he's going to lose his competition, and I think he's looking forward to leaving the 49ers. I think he'd really like to leave and get a fresh start somewhere else because from his point of view, he's going to say, look, the Niners sucked before I came here. I helped them out. They blame me for all their problems, blah, 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 blah. He's got to believe in himself. Good for you, Jimmy. But I see it from Kyle's perspective. I just do.
And I still think he's a starting quarterback. Listen, if Jimmy G was making $10 million, this whole conversation we're having right now, we wouldn't even be having. I wouldn't be at his neck.
Or if there were no salary cap. Like
right.
Like my dad keeps saying, like, hey, you know what Bill Walsh would do? He slow played Joe Montana. He had Joe Montana and Steve Young on the same team. They didn't have a cap.
Yep.
So
didn't have a cap. It was a different league back then.
Different league. Yeah.
Yep.
Isaac says, best show so far, just speaking on the truth, guys. Also, if the cost is the same, who's a better fit and pickup? Stephon Gilmore or J.C. Jackson? Probably the younger guy.
J.C. Jackson, for
Probably
sure.
The younger guy, yeah.
But I've heard this floated around a lot, like, oh, we don't want Gilmore, go get J.C. Jackson. Why would New England trade J.C. Jackson? He's the younger, frankly, better player at this point, and he costs less money. I guess I don't understand why New England would even entertain J.C. Jackson. Just get rid of Gilmore, you know? But I would love to, if J.C. Jackson's on the table, you got to make that happen. I would love that.
Yeah, good question, Isaac. We'll see. I also feel like New England's not going to be making any moves until they know that they're definitely out of contention.
Sure.
I mean, that's a good team.
It is a good team.